Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, viewers. Welcome once more to Requiem for London. Our scene, in a manner of speaking, continues from where we last left Emma Bellefleur. Decisive action was decided upon. A coterie was called to take up a stand, to strike at a potential threat under the guidance of the new Inquisitor of London, Inquisitor Fahim. And as the Inquisitor is leaving, and as Emma Bellefleur is leaving, Bishop Langley
Yeah,
stops her.
actually, I would stay a bit.
Either way, the bishop requests for Emma to wait behind a little bit. And that, dear viewers, is where our scene begins. It is just two people sitting at the library right now. The bishop, after waiting a good couple of minutes for the Inquisitor to have truly left, turns his attention once more to Emma.
Emma will turn to the bishop. I will say, I think I know what this is about. The meeting with John did not go as well as I claimed in front of I claimed it in front of the what's the other guy's title?
It would be the Inquisitor, and
Yeah,
that
as
is
I
not how it went down, as the bishop will then just narrow his eyes and say, "Do not lie again, child. Lying once to me is already an offense that is most grave. I have seen the mark of your true character this night, and I'm very disappointed in you, Emma. I could forgive ruining, or should I say hindering, the chance of a good first impression with the Carthians and the Invictus. You have shown that you are falling victim to pride, pride in your own worth.
At that, she'll put her head down in a shameful manner.
I will have to inform your sire of this. It is up for her to level the proper punishment for disrespecting your elders and your covenant leaders. I could do it myself, but as I've said before, Sister Maribeth is a friend of mine and a close colleague. But I am retracting my goodwill. Now, in regards to your mission, and do not lie to me again. What can you tell me of this Jack Callahan?
Jack seems confused. He does not. He barely knows that he is a gangrel. He is still finding himself as a kindred, and seems to be looking for people to trust. I have helped him, and I have showed that he can trust me.
Good.
I think I shall say I think he is to be watched, and I am happy to do this job. He is still learning the ways of being one of us, and he the night I was with him, I first met him. He nearly spun out of control, and nearly went into a frenzy because of the lack of vitae.
Most
Um,
interesting.
Z and I were here to stop him, and Z offered Z how did it happen? No, yeah. Zach asked if he could feed on Z's ghoul, which Z accepted.
Was this lack of vitae of his own inexperience, shall we say? Or was it due to him being unable to rein in, shall we say, the gangrel's notorious temper?
She'll say no, it was due to his inexperience. He had simply not fed enough.
As he'll smirk and say, our new friend, as he gestures to the Inquisitor who left, will undoubtedly use this new kindred to bridge the gap that he himself will suffer as an outsider. If you can show that this child of his cannot be trusted, then you would effectively, shall we say, sever his advantage. Ensure that he's not able to ingratiate himself that quickly into our midst. That will slow him down. But do not directly work against the Inquisitor. The revelations of this Dr. Green, did you call him?
Yes.
It is quite serious indeed. It has been untold years since there had been a witch presence in London. And I want to make sure that it stays that way. Follow the Inquisitor's orders, but nothing beyond. Now, I am almost done with you for now. Let me give you a bit of friendly advice. Give me your hands.
Emma will give her hands, knowing, having some ideas of what might happen.
He'll take them and say, when you go to introduce yourself to someone, it is always important to make a good first impression, because if they don't take the hand, then it becomes damaged, and it becomes very hard, very difficult. In all future endeavors using said hand, for example, and with that, he will spend his blood to activate his vigor, and he will just crush Emma's hands with a sickening snap and gushing noises. They are just utterly like getting put into a compactor almost, just blood splatters. And again, he's completely unemotive, even as like the blood splatters, even though the pain is incredible, although not as bad as it would have been if she were immortal. After all, she is of undead flesh right now. The senses are dulled, but nonetheless, but he still holds them, then just puts them in the palm of his hand and says, like so. Could you offer hands like these in friendship, Miss Bellefleur?
Shall say I would not. Wait. I'm confused at what he means. Um, shall say
In
I.
symbolism for
Yeah,
basically your hands are crushed because
yeah,
you made bad first impressions with
yeah,
the
sort of.
Invictus and the Carthians.
No, mainly the Carthage. Invictus went all right except for the, yeah, a bit of a. Yeah. She'll say, she'll put her head down again. She'll say, I apologize for my foolishness. It will not happen again.
He will then say, my lesson is not done, Annabella Flora, because time is a very funny thing. It has a way of healing injuries. Don't be gaffed, daft girls, spend the blood.
Okay, well, she'll spend blood to heal her hands.
And as you do so, like everything slowly begins to pop into place, these almost like meat sticks begin to just reform as the skeletal structure begins to pop into place very slowly. And as he says, see, like so, you can fix the damage that you did to these hands, these offers of friendship. But it will take time and it will take blood. Do you understand what I'm saying, Emma? And do not lie.
She'll say, I'll do my best to better our relations with both the Invictus and the Carthians.
That will not be enough. You must give. You must sacrifice. You must use that pretty, pretty face of yours. You must make them forget that bad first impression. You must do anything to make them forget that bad first impression. And then we can move from there. I do not have a use for hands that cannot grasp. I do not have a use in this congregation for somebody who is idle and foolish. Now go.
She'll stand up and she'll bow. Um, with just as a out of character with David, we thought that Emma would have told them about Marcus being chased by some other people, by other kindred, by well, not other kindred, but he is being chased by some people.
Was
Uh,
that in the previous scene?
we had started talking about it, and then we had started the report, but then you had to leave, so we left it at that.
If you want to bring something up again now, because the
Okay.
bishop would have very much forgotten about it after the revelation about this Dr. Green and this abomination that's going around the
Okay,
sewers.
we never got to talk about the new kindred in town. Shall
Right.
say, I also learnt of some new kindred that were in town.
He'll look to you and he'll nod and say, I'm remembering there was earlier mention of it, but more pressing matters were discussed. Do you have anything more meaningful to add to this, Miss Emma?
There is another Mehet of the Invictus that I met. His name is Alan Foles, and well, as typical of the Mehet, I think he is being used as a spy.
As birds fly and as fish swim, how is this helping us? Did you do a good first impression with him?
She said he insulted me the first time I met him.
Oh,
I
fantastic. Then why are you bringing this up?
He said he had insulted me without no, without good reason. And I tried making our relations better, but it seems he is stubborn. Um, and she'll say I think he has been following me. I met him on 3 occasions, on 3 very close, very occasions very close to each other.
As the bishop rubs his very worn, ragged face, the face of one of Clan Nosferatu, he will, in his rasping voice, say, "And you are just bringing this up now for the same reason that you just brought up your stalker. I would assume you thought you could handle him, or has this just now come to your attention and you are finally using some common sense?"
Shall say the last time I met him was actually a few nights ago. And all the time every time I met him was only happened only a few nights ago. I was going to tell it now. Uh, she says I was going to report. I was going to report it now.
If he is following you, then it means that somebody who he works for wants information on either you in particular, which I highly am doubtful, or he is looking for information on our church. I cannot imagine that he would have been able to get any information of meaning on both of those cases. So for now, here's my advice to you. If you made a bad first impression with them, work to change that by being useful. Anyone's impressions will change when somebody has a use. Do anything to prove that you are useful, because if you do not, then they will continue to see no worth in your requiem.
Shall say this is what I have worked on doing. She said there is also a gangrel in the city who claims to be um, of no particular covenant.
So, what does that have to do with the events discussed tonight? And you can see his
Shall,
patience is beginning to wear a tiny bit thin.
shall say this kindred is being chased by I'm not sure if they are exactly kind. I just know they are not kindred.
So you're saying that he has hunters after him.
Shall say I do not know what they are. I hope they are not hunters, but he has people looking for him.
If he comes to the church for sanctuary, we will grant it. It is our spiritual duty to protect the well being of all kindred of the faith. If he does not, then keep your distance of him. The last thing we want is to bring the attention of hunters to our congregation. Do you understand?
Of course.
Anything else?
shall say there are I have met another kindred, and she told me of another of her friend that are in town, but I do not think they are of importance yet. It,
And who is this other kindred that you meet? Why are you bringing this up, Emma? I did not request your assistance because I need a spy. I need an evangel.
shall say the one I met is a bruja by the name of uh,
Whoa, whoa. That is out of character. She is gangrel to all
oh
sense of the
yeah,
word.
sorry. Oh, sorry, I was not used to Requiem. Yes, shall say sorry. She is a gangrel by the name of Chloe Brothers, and she is teaching Jack how to fight.
Someone has taken an interest in our young Jack, you say?
It
Hmm.
seems so.
She could be an ally of the Inquisitor for all we know. Keep an eye on her and whoever this friend is. If they have some interest in Jack, then that means they have some interest in our new friend.
Shall say all I know of her friend is that his name is Mortimer, and that he and Jack do not get along.
Are you a diplomat or are you a spy, Miss Bellefleur?
Shall
So
say
far, you have made poorly of both.
shall say I am a diplomat, which is why I have offered to um talk to this other kindred in order to better the relations between him and our church.
Remember what I told you about first impressions. Show wisdom, and yet the wounds might heal. That is all, then, Miss Bellefleur. And remember, if I ever catch you lying to me again, I won't be able to protect you from the full force of that sacrilege. Sire or no.
She'll bow, she'll say, I do beg for your forgiveness.
I don't need your forgiveness. I need your actions to be successful. Our church is one of praxis. We cannot be forgiven until the trumpets sound, so we can only be sanctified through our actions. And yours have been little but, excuse me, that was incorrect. Yours have been hardly.
She'll she'll bow and she'll say, I will work on I will work my best and even more at repairing my foolishness.
Then go, Miss Bellefleur. You shall not return to this place until you are worthy of the title sanctified. And with that, he will get up and he will walk towards the end of one of the bookshelves and take a step, and for all intents and purposes, vanish.
Emma will slowly, shamefully walk out of the library.
and with spirits low, but with a clear goal in mind, and a very painful lesson behind her, Emma Bellefleur once walks more into the night. There's still many more questions to be answered. The mysteries involving this Inquisitor who has taken over her sire's position in her absence. The mystery of this Mr. Green and whatever connection he has to mysterious Nora Hillingham. The abomination that surfaced in the graveyard. And all of the many kindred who seem to be drawn towards the city at this time and this place. We'll have to save those mysteries, though, dear viewer, for another night. But thank you all for watching, and until next time.